Hi, I'm Angela from Main Street Yoga in Fairmont, West Virginia, and this is a short, gentle, Vinny Yoga inspired practice that you can use any time of day. We're going to begin on our backs. So come on to your back. You can lie flat if you want, or you might bend your knees and plant your feet about hips distance apart. Let's take the arms out away from the body, turn the palms toward the ceiling. Take a moment to sort of check in and notice how things feel right now. You might notice any areas of tension. No need to make any judgment about that. Just sort of file it away as information that you can use later. Take a moment to check in with the breath, beginning by simply noticing the fact that you're breathing, noticing the breath coming and going. And then perhaps establish a slow, steady rhythm for your breath. Something that feels unforced, but maybe just a little more refined than your normal way of breathing. And as you're establishing that rhythm, see if you can match the length of your inhales to the length of your exhales. So we're going to work with this slow, steady rhythm that you've established for your breath. We're going to start with some very simple movement. So bring your arms down by your sides, turn your palms toward the floor. As you begin your next inhale, start to float the arms up toward the ceiling. And then if the range of motion in your shoulders will allow, go ahead and let them come back overhead. And then as you exhale, the arms will move back up toward the ceiling and then down to your sides. So that's the movement we're working with right now. Inhaling, arms float up. Maybe they stop here, or maybe they go all the way overhead. Exhale, the arms come back up toward the ceiling and then down by your sides. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, arms float up. Maybe they come overhead. Exhale, arms come back up. And then down by your sides. Good. Taking a pause here. Maybe a deep inhale and a long exhale. And let's pick up the feet, bring the knees in toward the chest. Extend your legs into the air. And you can keep a little bend in the backs of the knees if you want. You might place your hands on the backs of the thighs. Maybe take a moment just to move the feet around. Maybe circle the ankles or wiggle the toes. And then on an inhale, raise the arms up toward the ceiling just like we did before. And then again, if the range of motion in your shoulders will allow, you can let the arms come back overhead. On an exhale, the arms will come up toward the ceiling, knees will bend, and we're going to hug the knees in toward the chest. And then on the inhale, we'll extend the arms and legs toward the ceiling. Maybe the arms come back overhead, maybe not. And then exhale, hug the knees in. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, extend the arms and legs, maybe into an L position. And then exhale, hug the knees in toward the chest. One more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, hug the knees in. Good. Pause here. You might rock side to side. You might want to circle the knees. You might just want to stay still. And then we're going to place the feet back down on the mat, again about hips distance apart, arms down by your sides, palms facing the floor. On an inhale, begin to lift the hips off the mat. They can come up as much or as little as you like. And then exhale as you slowly set the hips back down. So this is the movement we're working with now. Inhaling, lifting the hips as much or as little as you like. And exhaling, slowly setting the hips back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. You can keep moving just like this, or maybe on the next one, as you inhale and lift the hips, the arms float up toward the ceiling, maybe back overhead. And then exhale, arms and hips come slowly back down to the mat. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, lift the hips, raise the arms. Exhale, arms and hips come back down. If I'm moving too fast or too slow for you, feel free to move at your own pace. Keep going. The next time that you inhale and lift the hips and raise the arms, consider leaving the arms overhead as you exhale and let the hips come back down to the mat. And then inhale, lift the hips again. And as you exhale, hips and arms come down. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lifting the hips, raising the arms. Arms can come overhead if that's okay with your shoulders. Leave the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the hips to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, hips and arms come back down to the mat. Good. Take a rest here. Take a couple breaths. Relax the muscles. Toe heel your feet a little bit wider apart. So if you're on a yoga mat, maybe the edges of your feet are at the edges of your mat. On an exhale, let both your knees fall slowly over toward the right. Now, it doesn't matter how low they go. Work within your available range of motion. On an inhale, bring the knees back to center. And as you exhale, let the knees fall to the other side. Inhale the knees back up. Exhale, knees fall to the right. Inhale the knees back up. Exhale, let them fall to the left. Inhale to center. So continuing very slowly back and forth at your own pace. The arms can come out to a T if that feels good to you. Inhaling the knees back up. Exhaling to the other side. One more time to each side. Just sort of feeling any sensations in the hip joints, in the low back. The next time that your knees come up, we'll pause there. Toe heel the feet closer together, arms down by your sides. And then we're just going to roll to one side and come up into a seated position. So sitting cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. If it's not, you can stretch the legs out straight in front of you or take them out wide. But if you're comfortable here in this cross-legged position, we can work with that. So taking a moment here just to work with the shoulders and with the breath a little more. So on an inhale, begin to raise the arms overhead, reaching up. And then exhale, arms down to your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We're going to pause at the top this time. On your exhale, bring your right hand down to your side. Do a little side bend to the right, reaching the left arm up and over. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, left hand comes down, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. We'll do one more to each side. So exhale the right arm down, side bend to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let the arms come slowly back down to your sides. Take a breath here. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. On the next inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, turn toward the right. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Right hand behind you for support. On your inhale, sit up nice and tall. Open the chest a little. As you exhale, maybe turn the head to look over the right shoulder. We'll stay here for a breath or two. As you inhale, think about lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, simply stay where you are. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then begin to unwind, face forward, arms out, away from the body. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, turning to the left this time, right hand on the left knee, or as close to that as you can manage. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, you might turn to look over your left shoulder. A couple of breaths here. Using your inhales to sit up a little taller. Relaxing on the exhales, but still holding the length of the spine. Finding some openness in the chest on the inhale. After your next exhale, begin to turn face forward. One more time, inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, arms come down. Good. Let's make our way into tabletop position. So coming on to the hands and knees. Place your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hip joints. Take a moment here to move sort of side to side, or you might circle your hips a little. So just some gentle, organic movement, doing whatever feels good to you. And then coming into some stillness. On an inhale, drop the belly toward the mat, lift and spread the collarbones, tilt the chin up a little. And then as you exhale, begin to round your spine, bring your chin towards your chest, press the mat away from you. Inhale, drop the belly back into cow. Exhale as you round the spine to cat. One more. Inhale. Drop the belly to cow. Exhale. Round your spine to cat. Come back into a neutral tabletop position, just a flat back here. Let's walk the hands out away from the body. Begin to lower the forehead and the shoulders toward the mat, coming into puppy pose. So if the forehead doesn't come comfortably to the mat, you can support it with a block or a blanket or a pillow. If you're feeling some pinching in the shoulder joints, maybe widen the hands a little bit. So maybe the arms are more in a V position here. Take a couple of deep breaths. Feel the rib cage expand as you inhale. Feel the shoulders release as you exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And then let's bring the hands a little bit closer to the body. Press back up into your tabletop position. If you like, you can tuck your toes under. And on an exhale, lift the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. And we're just going to take a couple breaths here. Feel free to bend your knees. Maybe play with some extension in the spine. Or you might sort of pedal out the feet. So maybe pressing one heel down toward the mat as you bend the opposite knee. And then switching sides. Back and forth at your own pace. And then on an inhale, lift both heels up high. As you exhale, let the heels lower down toward the floor. Doesn't matter if they touch or not. That's just the direction they're going. Next, inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet, and then as you exhale, lower your knees to the mat. We'll finish in child's pose. So you can keep your knees together, or if you like, you can take the knees out wide, keep the big toes together. Bring your hips back to your heels. You can lower the forehead to the mat or to a block. Arms can stay stretched out in front of you, or if you like, you can wrap your arms back by your sides, letting your hands rest by your feet. Letting the body be heavy. And sort of noticing how things feel at this point. Child's pose is a forward fold. And forward folds are wonderful for calming the nervous system. So this is a pose you can use anytime you feel like you need to sort of dial down what's going on in your internal dialogue. Feel free to remain here for as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, inhale, lift the head. Bring the knees together, take a seat. Take a moment to check in again. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale and a long, slow exhale. Thank you for practicing.